Romantic Niagara Falls. The peaceful roar of 6 million cubic feet of water falling every minute has been the soundtrack to countless getaways and honeymoons of couples from all over the world. But let's say for a minute that you find yourself gazing across the immense water flows and think, isn't there a more adventurous perspective I could be taking? Well, that is an excellent question, and one that can be answered in the affirmative by air or water. Niagara Falls straddles the border between the United States and Canada. As a collection of 3 waterfalls, Horseshoe, American, and Bridal Veil, Niagara boasts the highest flow rate of any waterfall on Earth. The sheer volume of water that spills over the cliffs every day have long made this landmark a place of renowned beauty, recreation, and hydroelectric power, a balance that has been a challenge for stewards of the falls for well over a century. Now, obviously, while this is spectacularly beautiful, I decided to try and get a different perspective of the falls today. It's difficult to really appreciate the true enormity of Niagara by just looking at it from a viewpoint, though to be fair, the sound is incredibly impressive. So I hooked up with Rainbow Air Inc. to get a bird's eye view of the natural wonder.
We do helicopter rides over Niagara Falls, USA and Canada. Takes you right on top of Horseshoe Falls, the American Falls, the upper and lower parts of the river. We also offer extended trips northbound to the Whirlpool and also Fort Niagara and the mouth of Lake Ontario. The helicopter ride's been a staple to the area since the early 60s, mid-60s. Basically when helicopters were invented, first thing they did mostly just go over Niagara Falls. Carrying on that tradition, servicing the areas for the last 20 years we've been doing it. And it gets better and better every year. And watching the people get on and off, get on nervous, come off just happy as can be, just makes it all worth the while.
Flying is always an amazing experience for me, no matter where I am. But there is something different about being over a landmark that is so well known and has been photographed and painted from almost every angle that it just really changes the experience.
Niagara Falls being the 7th wonder of the world, the best way to see it, not being biased or anything, is by air. And just to get that view and the majestic power that the Niagara Falls has to offer is just the only way you can see is by the air for sure.
Flying is fun, but it also forces you to sort of see things at a distance. If you want to get up close, you're going to have to hit the water, and there is one company that really takes that seriously. Ever since the early 20th century, people have been going over the falls in barrels and tubes, a dangerous proposition to be sure. But the real danger was actually the rapids downriver. You could go down them and take your life into your own hands, but going up them was absolutely impossible. Even the famous Maid of the Mist that takes tours at the bottom of the falls had to be craned in. Now last year, AYL reporter Corey Toon actually took a tour up the rapids with Niagara Jet Adventures, who had developed a new type of jet boat. Now, you can do it too.
We offer a whitewater, scenic, historic ride through the Niagara Gorge, which should be called the Niagara Canyon because it actually is a canyon. If you watch the river and the gorge up there, it's full of aerated water. Regular impellers will cavitate, they will lose their power, their propulsion power, and that's what made our boats different. That's made it why we've been able to go higher and better. And we make people happy every day.
That isn't difficult when you're running against the rapids in one of the nastiest stretches of river in the world. You want speed, you want adrenaline, you want a real roller coaster experience? This is it. Now, they don't take tours all the way up to the falls just yet, but that is planned for the future. And after running these rapids, you definitely won't complain. Niagara Falls is probably one of those destinations you have in the back of your head that someday you're going to visit. When you make that trip, you could just look at the beauty, which is as impressive as anything else in the world, or you can take a different journey, one that leaves you looking down from the heights or conversely, running the dangerous depths. It just depends on what perspective you want to have. For At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen Human. We gotta take a commercial break. When we come back, Darren Kinder is gonna give us a look at the new 2015 three-wheeled Spider motorcycle. Hey guys, if you liked that video, you're going to want to watch all of our other AYL videos. You're going to want to like it, you're going to want to share it, and you're going to want to subscribe, right? See all the buttons right here? This is what you're going to want to do, right? Click on them, because we have some really cool videos, all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, bloopers of Alicia crashing and stuff.
Why are you going to sell me out like that, Stephen?
So you want to click all of these things and subscribe to our channel, because At Your Leisure is awesome, and we'll see you here for more videos.